Vancouver is outdoing herself this September, I must say. Wow. It's pretty awesome out right now. Still super warm, super beautiful. Tempting to go to the beach here on a work day. Darn it. It's supposed to be nice again this weekend, so hopefully. Anyway, today it's story time today because I have a book that a friend of mine has been reading, and my friend actually pointed this excerpt in this book out to me, and I love it so much that I want to share it. I think it really relates to most of the subject matter here on this blog. It relates to fitness, it relates to sticking to your goals, it relates to how to get to realize your goals, get to your goals. But it's from a book that isn't anything about fitness, physical fitness. It has nothing to do with the subject matter of this book has nothing to do with the subject matter of this blog, but this excerpt is totally relatable. So I'm not going to tell you the name of the book. My apologies to the author and the fact that I'm going to read some of his content here, but really I don't want to muddy this excerpt, okay? So I'm just going to read it to you here on the camera, so bear with me, okay? This is really just about getting to your goals, okay? If you think it is impossible, then it is. Stop thinking that way. If you say that it's impossible, it is. Stop talking that way. If you act as if it's impossible, it is. Stop acting that way. To achieve the impossible requires discipline. We aren't a society that believes much in discipline. Discipline requires work. A daily commitment steeped in action in order to achieve your goals. That's my problem with goal setting. Too much focus on the goal and not nearly enough focus on the daily commitment or the action necessary to achieve the goal. To me, that's a big part. Not enough focus on the daily commitment to achieve the goal, and too much focus on what the goal is without actually doing the daily requirements. So this book goes on to tell a small story that sort of hammers this point home, and I'm going to continue reading and read this to you as well. It's just short. So anyway, my lesson in impossible. I grew up on a farm called Henry's Bantam Ranch. We had over 100 varieties of bantam chickens. We also had rabbits, goats, pigs, cows, pigeons, horses, and other assorted animals and birds. One day, a new calf was born, and even though I was a little boy, I could pick it up and carry it around. My dad told me if I picked that calf up every day of its life and never missed a day, even when that calf was grown, I would still be able to pick it up. I was skeptical. He explained to me that the calf would grow just a little every day, but it wouldn't grow so much that I couldn't pick it up the next day. He said that if I ever missed a day for any reason, I wouldn't be able to do it. This seemed impossible to me. I looked at that calf's mother, and she weighed about 500 pounds. I couldn't imagine picking up a 500-pound cow, but I always trusted my dad, so I told him I would do it. I picked the calf up, and I said to myself, day one. The next day, I went out to the barn and again picked up the calf. No problem. Day two. The next day, I did the same thing. I did it for about a week with no problem at all. Then it rained, and I got busy, and I had to play with my friends, and I missed a day. Just turn the page. The next day, I went to the barn, and it was really hard to pick the calf up. My dad just smiled and said, "You can't miss a day. If you want to do the impossible, you can't miss a day." Then I got busy again and missed a couple of days. When I went to the barn the next time with my dad, I couldn't pick the calf up. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't do it. My dad just laughed. If I had continued every day with that calf, I have no idea if I would have been able to pick it up when it weighed 500 pounds. After all, a 500-pound cow is hard to get your arms around. But I still never forgot the lesson. If you want to achieve the impossible, you can't miss a day. It's the daily discipline, the daily work that makes achieving things possible. The impossible doesn't care whether you are busy. It doesn't care whether it's raining or you don't feel good, or if you want to play with your friends. It still requires you to do all you can every day. And that's the end of the excerpt that matters. To me, that's a huge story. It even gives me goosebumps reading it to you guys here. You can focus on your goal, but you have to focus on what it takes to get to the goal. You have to do the work. You have to commit every day to doing something to get you closer to that goal. You can't just say, okay, I've got my goal in my head, therefore it'll all just happen. No, you really do have to commit to the daily actions that will get you to that goal that's in your head. So anyway, I just thought that was a really valid excerpt. I really had to share it. If you want to go Google and try and figure out, what book it is, go ahead. Like I said, the subject matter of the book has nothing to do with the subject matter of this blog, so I don't find it relevant to mention. So anyway, just please keep that in mind as you go forward towards getting to your goals. Remember that every single day you got to do something. Every single day. Eat right, work out, do what it takes if indeed that's what you really, really want. Okay? That's all I've got to say today. Onward and upward. We'll see you again soon. Take care.